August 28th, 1997, right on the bottom.
What a smart
It's a
camera.
smart camera. So it's going to know where we are. Well, actually, it's not going to know where we are. We're in Florida, and we're at Mom and Dad's house. And what we're going to do here today is we're just going to set up a little video of some different things that I want to make sure that I'll be able to remember to tell the great-grandchildren and everybody there beyond. This is Mom and Dad MacGregor. In case for you youngsters down the road who don't know who they are, it's oh, I'm being told by my wife Raquel, who doesn't want to be on the photo in the picture. It's Richard John MacGregor, and it's Marjorie Janet MacGregor, previously Albinson. Okay, so first of all, how long have you guys been married? When did you get married?
I don't know, when did we get married?
Jeez, what year was that?
October 3rd, 1953.
October 3rd, 1953. So this October will be how many years now?
44.
44? Got it down pat. 6 more?
I think.
No, it's more than that.
No, she's right. 44 because 97, right? That'd be 44. You got 6 more years and you got your golden anniversary. Check that out. You guys are long timers. That don't happen a whole lot these days anymore.
It just seems longer than that, I guess.
No, that's the fun part. Dad, let's start with you first. What was your dad's name?
John
John.
MacGregor.
And when was he born? Do you guys know?
Yeah, I think it was August 24th, we just went through that. 1896, did we?
We
Oh,
figured out that
right.
his mom was born in 1896. All right?
I think they were.
She was 59 years old when she passed away, right?
Mhm.
Okay, and we did the calculations on that and figured out she was born in 1896.
I think
Now,
they were close to the same age.
they were close to the same age? Yeah.
Well, Dad died in 62. He was 69 years old in 62.
In 62, so 7 off of that. It sounds like they were 1
Would
year
be
different. He was like a
99.
year older.
What?
It sounds like he was a year older. If he was 67,
He was 69 in 1962.
so that's 7 years difference. I'm just taking 7 years off of 1900. So that would be about a year younger than her. He was born. All right. And what was your mom's name? Mary?
No, Caroline. What was my
Caroline. Yeah, Caroline.
Where am I getting Mary from then?
mom?
That was Dad's sister's name.
Oh, okay. You mean grandpa, my
Your
grandpa.
great aunt, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, so your mom's name was Caroline,
Caroline.
and middle name?
Elizabeth, was it?
Yeah.
Caroline Elizabeth, and MacGregor, but before that, what was her maiden name?
Alexander.
Alexander. That's where the Alexanders out on Long Island come from then.
Mhm.
Okay, you know,
Yeah.
nobody ever, some of these things I didn't know why. I thought Alexanders was just some Scottish.
It's like cutting the turkey, carving the turkey and making mashed potatoes.
That's
You
right.
have to ask questions.
Not me.
Yeah, not you? Okay. So then, now, both your mom and dad were all Scotch, right? Scottish,
Yes,
right?
yes.
I mean,
No
you know,
mutts in the family.
No mutts? We'll get to your side in a minute. But the Alexanders then is...
I'm the one that corrupted them.
Yeah, okay. The Alexanders have their own background.
From
So who
Scotland.
was the person that came over, crossed over into America first? Was it your dad's dad or his father? Wait a minute,
My
let's not...
father was born in the United States, and his father came over.
So, okay, so what was your dad's name? It's John Graham MacGregor, and then what was his dad's name?
Peter
Peter
Graham.
Peter Graham?
Yeah.
And Peter Graham MacGregor came from Scotland.
Yeah.
With 2 brothers that went out west, and I don't know their names.
Oh, really? This would be interesting. Maybe we'll check into this someday.
Mm.
Now, you want to interview my sister, she'll give you all the history. 'Cause I
Yeah.
don't know any history.
Okay, but you know, well, that's right. All right, so let's see. And then the Alexander side, your mom, do you know would be your grandparents, right?
I remember my grandmother, but that's a, I mean,
I
Yeah.
never
It
knew.
was
I never
Nanny.
knew your mother's
Oh,
mother.
okay. Yeah.
she was when I was a little kid, she died.
Oh, okay. What about you? Your let's see.
My
Mom
mother
was,
was a Meyer,
okay, but I always called her Nan, so what was her actual name?
Margaret.
Margaret?
Margaret Meyer Albinson.
Margaret Meyer's her maiden name,
Let's see.
right?
No. No, that was her mother's. I'm sorry. My mother was a DeGraff.
Okay. wait a
Her
minute.
mother was, her father was a Meyer. M-E-I-E-R, I think it was.
And then so,
That was Dutch.
and then her father, do you know what her father's name was?
No,
Okay. Do you know what their background?
I have something written down somewhere, but no, I don't know too much about them at all.
You know the
She never
background?
talked about her, except that they came from Holland.
Oh,
They were
so
all Dutch.
both of them? So
That's my mother's parents, yes.
so coming
My
into
mother-
there, pure Dutch
Up to my mother,
to your mother, and then your father was what
Was-
background? What was his name?
English and Irish, Albinson.
First name?
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's see, Harry.
Harry. Okay, Harry. Do you have a middle name?
Arthur,
Harry Arthur Allison. And what was his background? You know,
English and Irish.
English and Irish. Oh, okay. Those people are still fighting.
Yeah.
So it would be interesting to know his. Do you know anything about his parents?
No,
No. So it would be interesting somehow to find that out one day.
I mean, I knew them, but
Yeah.
Grandpa Albinson died when I was like 5. And Grandma,
That's
I
kinda the
probably
same.
was like 12.
I always felt that I was around 5 when Dad's pop
I think you
passed
were.
away. I was born
Well,
in 57,
yeah,
and
he was
died 62.
62.
So I was 5. Okay. I remember being outside the hospital and being told I couldn't go up into that hospital up in Vermont there or whatever.
Yeah, that was a veterans hospital.
Yeah. So guys, tell me how this all began. When did you guys actually meet each other for the first time?
no, it was when my girlfriend stood me up. We didn't want to go to the drive-in movie or something, I don't know. So I went
That's
up.
right.
Yeah.
So I had seen your mother come to babysit Linda, my sister's daughter.
Linda,
Upstairs, they lived
Bidlack.
upstairs, they lived,
Oh.
Mom lived with the
Oh.
Bidlack.
And Aunt Janet, your sister, lived upstairs
mhm,
Yeah.
for a little while with
Yeah.
Uncle Dick,
yeah.
which is Richard Bidlack. Okay, okay.
So I'd see your Mom come and babysit, so I figured I'd run up there and see her that day. So we
Your
went up
sister
there.
told you to.
Well,
I don't think so.
Yeah, she did.
No, I don't think so. I
She's
went
the
up there and
matchmaker.
Yeah.
had my motorbike, Wizard motorbike, and I went up and took her for a ride on the Wizard motorbike.
What's a Wizard motorbike? Is that
It's
like
a moped they
It's a
call it
moped?
now. It
Yeah.
was a Wizard motorbike in
A
those
little bit
days.
bigger than
Yeah.
a moped.
It
Well-
was driven by a belt. It was a regular bicycle with a belt and a motor on it. It
Did
had
you-
regular chain and everything.
You buy it that way, or did you construct it?
No, I bought it. This was the one they made. They used to
There's pictures
make them that
somewhere,
way too.
so-
They had kits that you could make them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first motorcycle.
So
Wizard
your
motorbike.
first, was that really a date, or was that just hanging out, being
No,
friendly?
that's just when he came up to me.
I just went up and took
And he-
everybody for a bike ride.
Like he does yet today. Then he asked me to go to the drive-in with him.
I think I was.
And It wasn't the
What
same
movie
night.
was
No, it wasn't the same night, but
What
I wanted
movie?
to go to the drive-in, and she wanted to.
I don't know what
She
movie.
wanted to go to a crusade meeting.
Did you guys watch
We
the
never
movie?
went to the movie.
Oh, they never
No.
made it that far. No.
Didn't get to the movies.
I wanted to go, Gil Dowds was,
I won it, right?
he was an athlete, yeah, and he went out on crusades for Jack Wharton. And they were at Butler High School. They had the Butler High School athletes, but it was at a field in Bloomingdale.
Moved down there.
And I told him that I was going to go to that and asked if he wanted to go to it.
When was that deal?
He said, no. He said, oh, I don't know. Then he said, he called me later, it's going to rain tonight. You want to go to the movie? I said, no, can't see the movie in the rain anyway. And I'm going to go to the rally because they don't have it outside, they're going to have it inside. And I think he called 3 times. And then finally we did go, and it did rain, and we all ended up in a church of the Nazarene in Butler. and
Up on the corner of Peel Labs, right
I
behind
know
where
exactly.
Burger King is now.
Yes, I know exactly where that is.
They
because-
rebuilt it since then.
Yeah, a previous friend or whatever was involved in that church, you know.
and Dad accepted the Lord there that night.
No kidding, really? Yeah, so that was quite a night for you then.
Really?
Much bigger than just any date. You had a date with the Lord that night.
I had on a red suit. I got caught in the rain, and all the red dye went onto my white blouse.
Oh, God,
yeah.
And Richard Bidlack graduated college that night,
Yeah.
and we all come down
Yeah.
to
It's a busy night.
the house where you were born,
Yeah.
and had a party in the dining room. So Richard and
The house that I was born in was built
I don't
in what?
remember any of that.
1919.
You were born in that house too, right?
No, not in the house. I was born in the hospital.
Well, so was I.
Oh,
You lived
I
there
think-
your whole life.
my sister was born in the house, was she? I think she was born in the
I
house.
don't know.
I'm sure.
Yeah, 1925, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So anyway, back to the evening. So you guys hung out, and it was. You said it was raining. So would you
Yeah,
stay at the
Lord.
church for a while? Did you guys,
They were leaning in the windows and everything at the church, because the bleachers, everything, was the ball field
It was quite crowded, I remember.
crowded.
when you say leaning in the church?
They couldn't get in the church, so they were standing outside in the rain looking in through the windows.
Oh, okay. At the
A lot-
crusade.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we were lucky enough to be inside.
Yeah.
When they gave the invitation that night, Dad went forward.
So, what other events while you were dating that you can remember? Did you guys go anywhere special or do anything that might come to mind to you?
No, Dad went in, was it the Marine Corps? He went in the Marine Corps right after that.
How long? It was like
Was it after that?
months.
Yeah, it was after that, just
Yeah,
after
right
that.
after.
Yeah,
Months.
months, yeah. He went in on September
Harry, get away from
18th,
that
I
one.
think it was.
Well, what time of the year was it?
This
that-
would have been like,
Here we come.
probably like June, May or June.
Yeah. So did you guys still date during the summer a little bit, or?
Yeah,
Yeah. What kind of stuff did you guys do then? It was just like,
we really didn't do much.
well, yeah. This is back in what year?
Probably just went to movies.
What year would this be? Like 19 what?
Uh,
When did you go into the Marines? How old? were you?
1951,
September.
September of 51.
September 19th, I think it was.
Okay. So this is during the 1950s.
51, yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys enjoy the 50s with all the rock and roll and stuff like that, or you guys weren't rock and rollers? or-
No.
No. What kind of music did you guys like? Did you like music? I mean, at all? Like
Yeah.
Go
How
ahead.
much is that doggy in the window?
that kind of stuff. That's fine.
No,
Everybody
no.
has their own kind of music.
Our song was Because of Me. Because of You. Yeah, because of me.
Who was
Well,
it?
she was always there. It's
Was
all
it
you.
because of me or because of
you?
It was because of somebody. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but did you guys they had big bands back then too, right? Still from the 50s, or was that over?
Yeah, we
like-
didn't, no, that was after. We
Yeah.
didn't, I was in high school, so I was busy with high school
And
and,
I was traveling back and forth to the Marine Corps all the time. back
yeah,
and
he
forth.
wasn't around most of the time.
But 1951, did you guys ever go into New York City at all, or anything for any reason, or did you ever go on date?
No.
We
Yes,
went to the
later
Blue
on.
Room once, right?
Yeah, we would go to the,
Rainbow Room once.
Hey, we went to the
Try-
Rainbow Room too.
try
It's a
and
family
remember.
tradition now.
Radio City Music Hall we used to go to
Yeah.
once in a while.
That's where Rich asked for us to be engaged, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
right, yeah, it was in the Rainbow Room. Yeah. Check it out. That's funny. Okay, so you were in the Marines, and then you're traveling back and forth. How long was that for? 2 years?
2 years, yeah.
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 Spent, 10 weeks in Camp, Paris Island.
Yeah.
And almost a year, I guess, in Camp Lejeune. And then Norfolk, Virginia. I don't even know what the name of that place.
So during that time, you guys were able to still communicate.
Well, we went back and forth most
Who
every
was your
weekend.
famous driving partner?
No,
Nick Zanin?
we put 100,000 miles on a car in 1 year.
Yeah. You and Nick Zane?
One of the years, 100,000 miles.
Wow.
And so what happened? So during this time frame, it's like a long distance love affair?
No, he was home on and off,
On
but
most every weekend.
I graduated in 53 and then moved in the house by his mom and dad,
Take
because I
you
was
were telling
living
me.
with Bidlacks.
And you were taking care of
took
his
care
mom.
of his mother.
So
And
wait a
I
minute,
worked in Patterson.
When did this start getting more serious? I mean, the first night in the church, or did
I guess so, just,
Yeah.
It was just an understood thing. We didn't, after that
Wasn't
night, we
it?
didn't even call for a date or anything. We just went out.
Yeah, so you guys became like buddies.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, and so this just grew during that time frame.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We got
and-
engaged. I was still at Bidlack's when I was engaged.
Yeah.
So
Bidlack,
that had to be before I graduated. I don't remember
and that,
dates or anything.
who were you living with at that time? Bidlacks would have been
Aunt Vera and Uncle Clarence, I called them.
right, and then who was still living at home? How many brothers and sisters were there?
The 3 boys.
Which
Richard was married to Dick's dad's sister.
Aunt Janet Bidlack now.
And
MacGregor, right?
Don Bidlack was 2 years older than me. Jimmy Bidlack was quite a bit younger.
And so, so then you're going back and forth to Camp Lejeune and all this, and then so,
Mom actually
We got-
moved into the house before I got back from the Marine Corps.
Yeah, that's right, that's what I was saying. In June.
That's when
And
she
she
asked
was
to be
there when
engaged.
my mom died.
I was engaged before that,
you were engaged when?
probably Christmas before that.
In
was around
51?
Christmas
When
time.
after you went into the Marine
No.
Corps, or 52?
52 probably.
So how did that come
52.
about? Who popped the question? And...
Well,
He did. I don't remember how.
Oh, this is the 1990s, you
I don't
know?
think we did. I never asked that.
Just got me a diamond.
and you said,
I
wow,
didn't
yeah.
get the
Yes.
diamond. I think my dad got that.
Yes, he did. He took the
Some
diamond
guy from
out of
work
his
had it.
ring.
Yeah.
No, he bought it from the guy at work.
Yeah. He bought a ring and it had a man's ring.
Right, yeah, he bought it from a man at work, yeah.
From Wright's.
Yeah.
And then we went, Nick took us into New York City to a
To his
relative of
Relative,
his
Like a jeweler?
and had it set. Had the diamond taken out and set, and Dad had a ruby put in the man's ring.
Oh, no.
And you still have the man's ring too?
You must.
I'm sure it must be in my room.
Oh, okay. Later on, we'll get photographs of those rings. So you didn't actually propose to her. You just kind of like showed her the ring, and you understood this was it.
Yeah.
What day, you know?
That's how they did it in the 1950s.
I think she made the arrangements for the wedding.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
still in the Marine Corps when we got married right after I got out.
Dad and I did, with my mother.
Yeah, I got out, September? And end of September I got out, and we got married the
Married
1st
October
of
3rd.
October, so it was only a week or so since I got out of the Marine Corps.
Mhm.
We got married.
No, the first or the third, you said?
October 3rd.
Third, okay.
The whole engagement was the Marine Corps.
I'm just reading some of the things that you wrote down here. She does remember what she was wearing. She had the red on with the red. Yeah. What else do you have here, baby?
How could you forget that?
That's it. I don't,
Oh, so that's not it. So then you guys got married when?
No.
Like you got out of the Marine Corps.
End of
19th.
September, he said.
19th or 20th of September, I think it was.
21st.
Yeah.
something like that.
And we got married, a couple days later, well, a couple weeks later, it was the
You guys
3rd
were in
of
a hurry.
October.
Must have been a long stay at that Marine Corps.
I wouldn't stay at the house unless I was married.
Oh, okay.
Well, in the Marine Corps, they wanted to keep me in longer for my ears, and I said, no, I'll sign out.
Yeah,
I
so
could have
it's
done something about my ears.
re-enlisting, that type of thing?
No, they would have kept me in, and they examined me when I got out, and they said, your eardrums are pierced, and I said,
Oh,
they said, you'll have to stay here, though, you want to check. I said, no way, I'm going to get married in a week.
okay, so you guys told me before, but when did you get married again? It was on,
October 3rd, 1953.
and tell me about the wedding. Who was in the wedding party? Was
My Uncle Roy was the best man.
Roy was your best man?
Edgar Oswald? No.
Edgar Oslo,
And Bill Kunis was
Bill Kunis.
usher.
Norman White.
And Norman was there too. Norman.
Yeah.
My sister was matron of honor, Aunt Muriel. Joni Barons was in it, Jean McEwen was in it. Girls that, Don Bidlack married
Oh, okay.
Jean.
Yep.
And Joan never knew Bill at that point, and when we were away on our honeymoon, she started running after him. He liked bowling.
Oh, that's what you
I
said.
wanted, I know, but she's never gonna say it. She's never gonna say it.
But she
Okay.
says that's
No.
the best thing that ever happened to her. Me
I tried
Bill up.
pairing them up, and they didn't want to, even, she didn't want to walk down the aisle with him. I'm gonna tell it as it is, she did not want to walk down the aisle with him.
Yeah.
And so by the time we came home, they were a couple.
What
They've
you
been
guys?
married all these years.
Uh-huh.
They have at least 5 children.
What church did you get married in?
Pequannock Grace Church in Pequannock.
Nice, that's right.
I think we were the second ones. It was new. We were the second couple to get married there.
We had a minister there, but we had the old minister married us, Reverend Hopper.
Reverend Hopper.
Yeah. And so where'd you guys, about the rest of the wedding day, where'd you guys, like, after the service, did you go somewhere to have a reception?
Mhm.
Where would you do that?
It was called the Peacock House, down here on Route 46 in Wayne.
It was just on the other side of the river.
It's now,
Not where the Lone Star is,
yes,
is it?
yeah,
Is that
it's
where the
now
Lone Star
called the Lone Star Restaurant.
Okay, I'm not familiar with,
is? Right by
where's-
Willowbrook.
Just close to
Right by Willowbrook?
yeah.
Okay,
Before that, it was a Mexican restaurant.
yeah. Anything special happened there? Did anybody fall on their face?
No,
No?
we had, I think, 100 people.
Yeah, that's a big wedding.
Chicken dinner,
Uh-huh.
wedding cake. It works.
Yes, and
Dancing.
where'd you guys took a ride for your honeymoon, right? Didn't you?
In those
Went out
days,
to California.
in those
we
days
toured.
they used to go after your car and everything, you know, foul it all up before you got
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
So we hid it in Grandpa MacGregor's old house across the river. He didn't own it then, but he was gone.
There were
They couldn't find the car.
Yeah.
there were 2 others in the wedding party. It was Linda Bidlack and Frankie Leggio Jr.
Oh. I
They
see.
were both the same age.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ring bearer.
Ring
and
bearer and flower
It's
girl.
like he did with his Uncle Jack.
Uncle Jack, yeah, I was a good one, that's true. And so this trip, you guys went out to California, where'd you go? Like, did you
Oh.
drive across the northern part of the country? And
Went out
We-
Route 40.
Yeah, we went out 40. That's
Went
follows practically where Interstate 80 goes
all
now.
the plains, states,
And we come
Kansas.
back 66 on the lower state.
yeah.
Then we dropped over to Florida. Left 66 before it was up to Chicago.
Stayed with Dad's sister in Clearwater.
I lost my shirt in Las Vegas.
Literally?
Oh, literally?
Literally.
Yeah.
It was over the backrest of the car on the side,
Yeah.
and it blew out like between Las Vegas and
You went to Las Vegas to
You
lose your
went to Las
shirt.
Vegas and lost your shirt.
We never
but we
had,
won a nickel machine. Had the whole glove box full of nickels.
I was underage. They come out after
Whoops.
me.
Did they really? Hurry, jump in the car, run.
We had never had shrimp cocktail. We were in a restaurant in Sacramento, and it came with the meal. Neither one of us, I think, even knew what it was.
We looked
Didn't
at
eat
each
it.
other and left it there.
Man.
I mean, there was
How
one of
times
the big
have
ones,
changed.
all the ice and all that shrimp around.
Oh,
What is that? What is
My
that
mouth
thing?
is watering.
oh, too bad. Oh God. So then from there on in, let's see, where would the story go from there? Let's see, that was 1951. You got married?
53.
3.
53. Okay.
Carol was born in 1954,
54, right? Carol's
July
what?
28th,
July 28th of 54.
and you were born May 22nd, 1957.
57. And so,
And from there
Carol
on,
was-
you carry the load.
Carol was born in Patterson, the same hospital I was born in, and you were born in New Chilton Hospital, which
right.
is old now.
yeah, the new old Children's Hospital.
Now it's a condo.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to thank you guys for sharing a little bit with us. And if you want to, just tell your great-grandchildren and whoever else thereafter you love them.
Yeah, we certainly do. We love every one of them,
Okay.
right on
And-
down the line. Each one is different in their own way, and we love everything about you. Miss yous. down here.
And you guys are a good example of how people should stay together and, you know, a marriage surviving the years. It's good. It's a good testimony to yourselves. So
And
anyway,
it's been all smooth and no bumps.
oh, Pinocchio.
Except those big sinkholes.
A lot,
Getting
lots of
deep, honey,
lies.
it's getting
It's getting deep. I think it's time to turn the camera off.